Elon Musk is a real Iron Man. Did you know that there are American heroes who don't like your idea of the future? Neil Armstrong, Eugene Cernan, both of them have stated that you're developing commercial spaceflight. And I'm wondering what you think about that. I was really sad to hear them say that because, you know, these guys are my heroes. So it's really hard. I wish they could come and see all the hard work that we do here. I think they would change their minds. They're the ones that inspired you, you know, up. How does it feel to see them throwing stones in your direction? It's tough. Do you expect there to be support? I expect there will be. What do you want to convey to them by what I'm trying to do? It's to make a significant change in spaceflight. To help make spaceflight accessible to almost everyone. One of the hardest choices I faced was in 2008. In 2008, I had about $30 or $40 million left. I had two choices. I could put everything into one company, and then the other company would go bankrupt, or I could split everything between the two companies. But if I split everything between the two companies, they could both go bankrupt. When you put your blood, sweat and tears into creating something, you treat it like your child. You wouldn't let your child starve to death. So I couldn't afford it. I ended up splitting the money between two companies. Luckily, they both came to fruition. What was your biggest failure? How did it change you? There have been a lot of failures along the way. SpaceX, the first 3 launches failed. We could barely raise enough equipment and money for the 4th launch. If you had failed with the 4th launch as well, you would have been broke. We faced a lot of challenges. I tried very hard to find the best people for SpaceX. I struggled to find a good chief engineer. The good engineers didn't want to work with us, so I had to become the chief engineer. If I could have found someone better, maybe we would have had fewer failures. After 3 failed launches, did you ever think of quitting? Never. Why not? No, I never give up. A lot of people tried to talk me out of building SpaceX. It was crazy. A good friend of mine put together a whole series of videos of rocket explosions and made me watch it. He just didn't want me to go bankrupt. It seems like we are doing something that is just doomed to fail, but we are still doing well.
I'm really quite close to.
As long as you're single and don't have kids, it's time to take risks. But as you get older, your commitment increases.
And the rate of improvement.
Once you have a family, you're already risking a lot. Then it's already much harder to do things that might not work out. So while you are young, take risks. I would advise you to do it now. Be brave. And I give you my word that you won't regret it in the future. How did you decide you wanted to start an automobile company? To succeed in this niche. But to be honest, I didn't think Tesla would be successful. I just accepted that we would fail. The goal was to change the false perception that the electric car is ugly, slow and boring. And if you say you had no hope of the company succeeding, why did you try? If it's important to you, you should do it, even if the chances of success are minimal. How did you feel at that moment when everyone around you was telling you it was a crazy idea? Where did you draw the strength from to move forward? I was experiencing quite a bit of fear at the time. I'm human as usual, that's normal. When you believe in something very strongly, you are willing to do anything to achieve your goal.
Mars is really about getting.
My unwavering faith in the future was much stronger than my fears and opinions. After all, it is the only way in this world to become a true Iron Man. I believe that for the long-term survival of humanity, we need to master space. I am thinking about what kind of technological solution is needed to achieve this goal. We are behind this topic, trying to make as much progress as possible in this direction. I am also very motivated by the fact that it creates a sense of adventure and inspires people to develop the future.
It's capable of doing 150 metric tons to
If we consider two future scenarios, in one scenario we are forever confined to the Earth until eventually something terrible happens and humanity dies. And the other scenario is that we live on other planets, perhaps even those outside the solar system. Now tell me, which scenario inspires you more? That's what makes me wake up in the morning. Life can't be a permanent solution to some problem. So what's the point of it? There must be things that inspire us, things in which we find meaning in life. There must be reasons why you get up in the morning and want to live. Why do you want to live? What is the meaning behind it? What inspires you? What would you like to see in the future? If the future doesn't involve the presence of starlight and interplanetary life, then we are doomed. It is the future beyond Earth that inspires me. That is my motivation. I could watch it happen, but I choose to be a part of it all.